Hey everybody, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you stick around a while. I'm Jamila Payne, and today I am going to be cutting vinyl with my Glowforge Aura. I have the Glowforge Iron On vinyl here. The Glowforge Iron On should be really easy to cut because it has that QR code there. The one thing you need to remember when cutting vinyl with your laser cutter is you're not going to cut, but you're going to score. And the very first time that I tried to do this, I actually cut straight through the transfer sheet. So you'll want to make sure you're using the score settings as opposed to cut settings. Before I get started, there is a little bit of a safety stigma behind cutting vinyl with a laser cutter, and that is because some vinyls are made with PVC. PVC releases hydrochloric acid as well as some other toxic things. You definitely don't want to cut it with the laser cutter because that heat from the laser cutter releases those. So before you get into cutting vinyl with your laser cutter, you want to make sure it says that it is laser safe or PVC free or something to that effect to let you know that it is safe to cut with your cutter. All right, let's get into it. The first thing you want to do is get to the Glowforge website so that you can create your design. I'm going to go up here and click on create new design and upload file. There are some other options as well. Let it process your design, and then we can go in and do any resizing that we need. This design is 10.5 inches and I am not going to change that. So I am going to go up here and click on enter settings and change that to score. I'm going to change them all to score, and I need to go over to the machine and put the first color in. So I probably should have done this prior, but I need to decide what colors I want to use in this design. I am going to grab this yellow out of here for the sun. Actually not yellow, it's gold. That's fine. We're going to use the gold for the sun. And then, interesting, this is shimmer. I did not realize that. So we're just going to use this gold, shimmer gold for the sun. No, I think I want a flat color for the word. And we can actually use this pink for those little lines. So I'm just going to use a black for the word sun-kissed. So to make sure that this whole thing is mirrored first, because we are working with HTV. And to do that, I'm going to select everything and go right over here to flip horizontal. So we have our design flipped. Because we are working with the lines, I'm going to stick the pink in here first. And once I stuck it in there, it scanned it and it gives me the Eco Iron On. I am still pretty new to Glowforge, and since we're doing 3 colors, if I change this color, then it changes everything. If you know of a better way, I would love it for you to drop it in the comments for me. So what I'm going to do is cut this first one out, and then I'm going to ignore these 2 for now. I'm going to click on print and then press the button on your machine. That one is cut out, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it and set it aside. And then come back over here, and I want to ignore this first one, score this one, and leave that one as ignore. Put the material in the machine. Allow the Glowforge to scan it. We're using the Eco Black Iron On. And then I'm going to press print here. And then press print on the machine when it's ready. Now this one is going to take about 5 minutes to cut, but I'm going to leave it to do its thing. Alright, so we got everything cut out, and now it's time to get it weeded and pressed onto our shirt. I'm going to be careful with this black because I did see some areas where the transfer sheet was listing. But the Glowforge Iron On weeds very well. I do like how easily this is weeding. I don't like to struggle with my HTV. And this one is the shimmer, and it weeds very easily as well. And now we have the gold shimmer. And the gold shimmer almost looks like it didn't cut all the way through. But if you look at how it's weeding, you can see that it do cut all the way through the design. And don't forget, you can grab this design in the description, link to it. I wish I had it yellow because I would have preferred my son to be yellow, but now everything is weeded, and I am gonna move to my heat press so that we can get this design pressed. We wanna make sure that we are following the application directions. It says between 320 and 330, and even medium pressure for 15 seconds. That's almost the same settings that I use for vinyl anyway. So I'm just gonna set the temperature on my easy press to 320, and I'm gonna do a full 20 seconds and let that heat up. And while that's heating up, I'm going to get my shirt where I want it to be and go ahead and place my first piece of vinyl. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm gonna stick everything together just to make sure that I have it right side up, because it's kind of hard to tell with the image of the sun. Perfect. And then I'm gonna fold it a little bit and give it a little pinch at the top and a little pinch at the bottom. You struggle a little bit with centering your design. Most of the time I just center it with the tag. You can fold your shirt down the middle. Just make sure that everything is lined up, and then you don't even have to wait for your press to get hot, but you're just gonna give it a quick little press so that you have a guideline down the center of your shirt. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna line our design up, and what I do is normally go about 3 fingers down. I'm gonna cover it with a piece of Teflon to press it. Now let's get our design pressed. And it does not say if this is a warm or a cold peel, so I'm guessing it's a cold peel because they're trying to come up. If you want to speed up the cooling process, you can take something like a ceramic coaster and rub it across this vinyl. It doesn't say on the package, but I think it has to be completely cool before you peel it. So I let it cool completely. I am not sure how well I like this, because I am picking up pieces even though it's pulling fairly easily. Because I'm an impatient person, I didn't want to deal with the waiting time, so I have put my extra pieces on here and cut around them so that I can press both of these at one time. This needs to be cut just a little bit more. So I am gonna get this lined up where it needs to be and cover it, and then press this for 20 seconds. And it says medium pressure. Maybe it just needs more pressure. We'll see how these ones do. I'm doing a little bit heavier pressure with this. And I up my heat press to 330. We still have a cool peel situation. So peeling this makes me very nervous because we have an issue here. It's coming up. It didn't stick very well, and I did a heavier pressure than the last one. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and peel this off. It kind of sticks to the transfer tape a little bit more than I would like, and I'm a little lopsided on my design, but that's okay. So I'm gonna stick this back on a little bit and try to get those extra pieces that I lost down, as well as get the rest of the design that is not sticking to stick. And I'm gonna let it cool completely. It's funny, I'm nervous about pulling this off now. It still didn't stick those pieces that got lost. This is definitely stuck down a little bit better, but I still have some pieces pulling up. So I'm just gonna pull that off. But that's our shirt made with Glowforge vinyl. Stick around and I will give you my thoughts on this vinyl. So here is our shirt completely done. I eventually got it all stuck down, but there are a few things that I did not like about this vinyl. Number one, the waiting for it to cool completely off, and the gold shimmer didn't stick as well around the edges. So that's it. I hope you learned something useful today. If you did, go ahead and drop me a comment below. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss a thing from me. See you soon.